and welcome to the EUSDS History Spotlight. Today is all about the life and times of one of the most exciting places to ever exist, the Savoy Ballroom. Located at 596 Lenox Avenue, Harlem, New York, the Savoy opened its doors in 1926. At the time, Harlem was at the centre of a flourishing jazz scene and home to writers and artists associated with the Harlem Renaissance. The ballroom was owned by Mo Gale and managed by Charles Buchanan. Known as the home of happy feet, the dance floor was huge and stretched around the block, covering thousands of square feet. The interior was decorated to reflect the height of class and elegance and featured two stages, meaning when one band stopped playing, another could start straight away and keep the dancing going. All this made the Savoy popular from its opening. Bands were an important feature of any dance hall, and the Savoy was no different. Over the years, the Savoy presented band leaders and singers who would go on to become some of swing's biggest stars. Chick Webb famously fronted the house band in the 1930s, but others to grace the stage included Al Kooper, Count Basie, and in one of her first big breaks, Ella Fitzgerald. The Savoy was also the site of many Battle of the Bands competitions, and probably the most famous being between Benny Goodman and Chick Webb in 1937. All this great music made for great dancing as dancers adapted to fit the new styles of swing being played. The popularity of the ballroom meant that it attracted the best dancers in the area, and this helped drive the development of Lindy Hop. Dancers were inspired by and competed against one another, pushing the dance forward. The area known as Cat's Corner was reserved for the best of the best. Around about the late 1920s, start of 1930, bouncer Herbert Whitey White began selecting top dancers to be part of troupes, partly to meet demands from rich downtown customers for Lindy Hop performers. The Savoy's reputation as the home of Lindy Hop was further cemented in 1935 when Whitey's Lindy Hoppers competed in the Harvest Moonball dance competition, which they would go on to dominate in later years. The success of subsequent Whitey's Lindy Hopper groups in tours and films only enhanced the Savoy's claim to be the world's finest ballroom. Unusually for the time, the Savoy was not segregated. From its beginning, they allowed black and white dancers to enter and dance together on equal terms. Frankie Manning claimed that the only thing that mattered at the Savoy was if you could dance. Whilst incidents of confrontation seem to have been fairly low, attitudes towards the Savoy were partly shaped by racist ideas. Some white patrons were drawn to the excitement of visiting the largely black neighbourhood of Harlem, seeing it as somewhere between exotic and rough, and partaking in what we might call slumming. Press reporting on Savoy dancers, whilst full of admiration, also expressed similar kind of attitudes, and there was a lot of focus on the bodies of black dancers that kind of made them seem like something exotic. For white authorities, there was an anxiety about interracial dancing, and the Savoy was viewed with a sense of suspicion and danger. In 1943, the ballroom was temporarily shut after vice charges led to losing its licence. Despite all this, the Savoy's non-discrimination policy remains important and fairly remarkable. It can even be said that the mixing of different cultures and dance styles helped Lindy to grow. Sadly, the Savoy closed its doors for good in 1958 and was demolished soon after to make way for housing. The closure was met with sadness and anger by activists, locals and artists, including Chick Webb, who claimed part of showbiz died with the building. Reasons cited for the closure included a lack of money and the economic effects of the Second World War. However, the demolition of the site as part of slum clearance meant some saw it as a wider attack on the community and part of a sort of gentrification of the area. There was no sign to commemorate the incredible building that once stood on Lenox Avenue until 2002, when Frankie Manning and Norma Miller, who performed with the Whitey's Lindy Hopper group, unveiled a plaque marking the site and creating a must-have photo op for any swing enthusiast visiting New York. Thank you for listening to the EUSCS History Spotlight.